Hi everyone, we're going to learn how to perform a chi-square test using Excel. Now just to remind you, a chi-square test uses categorical data, and categorical data, as you should know, is ordinal or nominal data. And a chi-square test takes these categorical data and it compares the observed frequencies to expected frequencies. And we'll explain a little bit further here. So right here is data that I generally collect from my class. I hand out surveys and it asks them questions, for example, like this one, how much they like or dislike sports. And their options were either they dislike it, they don't care, or they like it. And so for this demonstration, we're just going to perform a chi-square test on one of these questions. So we'll hide all of these columns so that we can see it better. And for a chi-square test, you must have a hypothesis proportion to start out with. And so we, in general, because we don't have any other reason not to think that people are just as likely to say that they dislike sports as they don't care, or that they like sports. And so since there are three categories here, we'll say they each have a 33% chance of being selected by the respondents. Okay, so now we need to find out what the actual observed frequencies were for our question. So we'll highlight all of these questions and we want to sort them so we can count them. So I highlighted them and then we're going to turn the filter on. Now our filter is on and we can organize these so that we can count them. And so click on the arrow for this question, and I know it went off of your screen, but at the top of this it says sort from smallest to largest, and we click on that and now we can see that it's all organized in order, so now we can count them. So select the cell for observed frequencies for dislike and hit the equal sign and then start typing out count. Yes, we want to count, so double click, and now we're gonna select all of the number ones. So I click on the first one and drag down, close the parentheses and hit enter. It said that yes, there are 6 ones. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that is correct. It did count it correct. So now we want to do that for the rest of them. And I'll just quickly do that here. For the 2s, go to the end, hit enter. And for the 3s, I want to select all of the 3s, hit enter, and now it says we have 34 2s and 71 3s. Now, to continue with our calculations, I need to find a sum for all of my observed frequencies. So I hit the equal sign, start typing sum, or in this case, we can see sum is already here. You can find formulas here, so we can select sum there, and that box will pop up, and I just want to select that and hit enter and get a total. Now we need to calculate what the expected frequencies were, so hit the equal sign in this box and click on the hypothesized proportion, multiply, which uses an asterisk, by the sum. Enter, and do that for the rest of them. Enter, equal sign, hypothesized proportion times the sum. Enter. Now, these are each of the expected values, what we expected to see for each of the categories: dislike, don't care, and like. And now we need to calculate the chi-square. In order to do that, click equals, and we're going to enclose in parentheses the observed minus the expected, close parentheses, and then we want to find the square value of that. So put the caret sign, which is usually on your 6, and then square divided by expected. Enter. Now we want to do that for each one, and the easiest way would be to drag it down. Alright, now these are each of, now we need to find the ultimate chi-square value, and to do that we need to sum all of those values, enter, and then sum, and then select these, enter. Voila! That's the final chi-square value right there. Now I want to find if it is significant or not. So we want to find the p-value. Hit equal sign, and we want to find the p-value for chi-square. So start typing CHIS until you see CHISQ.test. Click in that. Now we want to sum up only these values, not this total. We want to put in these values first, then a comma, and then the expected values. Close parentheses, and then hit enter. Now, the funny thing here is Excel is not formatting this correctly. If I click on the home, click on that cell and then click on home so I can go back, you can see it's not showing it as a number, it's just saying it's general. So if I click on number to format it, now we can see the p-value is actually 0.00. That is less than 0.05, which is what is required for us to have a significant test. So we can see that there is a significant difference between these observed frequencies and what we expected to find. And you can probably guess that yes, there is a big difference between those who said that they disliked sports from those who do like sports. And in this case, we can probably safely say that there is a significant difference between a lot of people who like sports compared to those who don't. And Excel will actually also calculate chi-square for you, in case you want to do it the easy way. And to do that, you hit the equal sign, start typing out chi-square, and we want this here, CHISQ.INV.RT. Now, first we will click in the p-value here, and then we want a comma and then the degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom is actually categories minus 1. Well, we have 3 categories: dislike, don't care, and like. So that's 3 minus 1. So our degrees of freedom is 2. Close parentheses, hit enter. As you can see, we got the same number calculating through Excel as we did when we did it all by hand over here. And that's how you perform a chi-square test using Excel.